Hello everyone. Today I am going to start second lecture on fourth modulo, that is infinite series. In the last class we have seen definition of infinite series, means when we say the series is infinite series, and what is the sum of first n terms of the series, how we denote, and after that definition of convergence. Divergence means when we say the given series is convergent and when we say the given series is divergent. And also we are taking geometric series as an example for convergence and divergence, and we know that sum of first n terms of this geometric series is given by Sn is equal to a into 1 minus r raised to n divided by 1 minus r when r is less than 1, and this condition is for r is greater than 1. On substituting the value of r, we are finding the conclusion that when this geometric series is convergent and when this geometric series is divergent, and what are the possible results for this geometric series. From our conclusion, we know that the geometric series is convergent when the r is less than 1, means the mod r is less than 1, and this geometric series is divergent when r is greater than 1 and r is equal to 1. And we write a conclusion: the geometric series is convergent if r is less than 1, and this is divergent if r is greater than or equal to 1. We have here one remembering point, that is an infinite series of positive terms is either convergent or divergent. Today we will discuss some examples to find the nature of this given series by remembering the previous results. Example for finding the nature of given series. First example is first given series is 1 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 3 cube plus and so on. Example is given like this: find the nature of the given series. The given series is 1 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 3 cube plus and so on. Solution. Let us see what is the nature of this given series. First, see, this series is same as a plus a square. This is same as the geometric series. We know that our standard geometric series is what? ar plus ar square plus ar cube and so on. Here the value of a is 1. First I will write that one. This is a geometric series of the form ar square plus and so on, whose sum to n terms is given by already we have taken this one. Sn is equal to a into 1 minus r raised to n divided by r minus 1, where a is equal to 1 and r is equal to 1 by 3. We know that for sum to n terms of this geometric series we have two results. Here I am taking Sn is equal to a into 1 minus r raised to n divided by 1 minus r, because here r value is less than 1. This result is for what? When r is less than 1. We have to first see what is the value of r. According to that we have to choose the result. Here our r value is 1 by 3. 1 by 3 means it is less than 1. Therefore, we have to take this sum to n terms of the given series will be this one. Therefore, Sn is equal to a into r minus 1 minus r raised to n divided by 1 minus r, and a value is 1, r is 1 by 3. 1 by 3 means when we solve this one, we will get the value which is less than 1. Therefore, we have to consider this result, and therefore to find the nature of the given series, we have to apply the limit here, because we know that the series is convergence when limit n tends to infinity, that Sn tends to an infinite number, it will be convergence. If this limit value tends to infinite, then that given series is divergence. Before applying the limit to the given example, first substitute the value of a and the value of r. A value is 1 into 1 minus 1 divided by 3 whole raised to n divided by 1 minus 1 by 3. I will solve this one. It will be 1 minus 1 by 3 whole raised to n divided by 1 minus 1 by 3. Now calculate this denominator part. We get 1 minus 1 by 3 whole raised to n, or 1 divided by 3 raised to n, both are same, because 1 raised to n value is same, divided by, when we solve this one taking LCM and solve, we get what? 2 divided by 3. Okay, this can be written as 3 by 2 into 1 minus 1 divided by 3 raised to n. Okay, when we write this in numerator, it will be 3 by 2, 1 minus 1 divided by 3 raised to n. 1 divided by 3 whole raised to n can be written as 1 raised to n divided by 3 raised to n. 1 raised to n value is same, so that 3 raised to 1 divided by it is 3 raised to n. Therefore, here Sn is what? Which implies Sn is equal to this. Now we have to apply limit to this Sn to find what is the nature of this series. Once again, I will write Sn here. Sn is equal to 3 by 2 1 minus 1 divided by 3 raised to n. Now applying limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to limit n tends to infinity 3 by 2 1 minus 1 divided by 3 raised to n, which is equal to 3 by 2 is a constant, take outside the limit, it will be limit 3 by 2 limit n tends to infinity 1 minus 1 divided by 3 raised to n, which is equal to 3 divided by 2 1 minus 1 divided by 3 raised to infinity. Here not necessary to write apply limit and after that you write the answer. Simply if you know what is the 1 divided by 3 raised to infinity value, we know that anything raised to infinity is 0, means 1 divided by 3 raised to infinity value is 0, because since 3 raised to infinity is infinity, anything raised to infinity is infinity, and we know that 1 by infinity is 0. Therefore it will be 3 by 2 into 1 minus 0, which is equal to 3 by 2. Limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to 3 divided by 2. We know that 3 divided by 2 is a finite quantity, which is finite quantity. We know that if limit n tends to infinity, Sn tends to finite quantity, the given series will be what? Convergent. Therefore this series, in this example, the given series is convergent. Nature of this given series is what? Convergence. Thus, write conclusion. Thus, the given series is convergent. This is example. Next example, given series is 1 plus 2 plus 2 square plus 2 cube plus and so on. On seeing this series, we conclude that this series is also a geometric series whose sum to n terms is given by Sn is equal to a into r raised to n minus 1 divided by r minus 1. And now I am taking the second result since r is greater than 1. See here, on seeing this series, we conclude that a value is 1 and r value is 2. Since r is greater than 1, we have to take the next result, second result here. Now, before applying the limits, we have to write what is the value of a and what is the value of r here. A value is 1. This is 2 raised to n minus 1 divided by 2 minus 1. Solve this one. It will be Sn is equal to 2 raised to n minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. Not necessary to write that one. Now apply the limits. Limit n tends to infinity. Sn is equal to limit n tends to infinity 2 raised to n minus 1. Now apply the limit here, 2 raised to n. As I say in earlier example, anything raised to infinity is infinity. 2 raised to infinity is infinity. 2 raised to infinity is infinity, and anything minus infinity means when we minus any number from infinity, we will get again infinity. Therefore, limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to infinity. Here we get the limit n tends to infinity, Sn value is infinite. On knowing the result, we know that if limit n tends to infinity, Sn tends to plus infinity or minus infinity, the given series is what? Divergent. Write the conclusion. Thus, this series is divergent. The series is divergent. In previous example, the given series is convergent. Now in this example, this given geometric series is divergent. Next example, third example, given series is 1 divided by 1 into 2, 1 divided by 2, 3, 1 divided by 3 into 4, plus and so on. See, this series is not a geometric series. if the given series is geometric, very easy to write the sum of n terms. Okay, means their sum to n terms is very easy to write. If the given series is not a geometric series, we have to know what will be their sum to n terms of the series. To write that one, first we must know what is the nth term. Nth term, see here, these are the denominator terms are given in the sequence. You know that what is sequence, what is series. Here the denominator terms are given in the series. We have to know what is the nth term. What is the nth term of this series? On knowing the nth term of this sequence, in the first term the sequence is 1 2, then second 2 3 3 4. We have to find what is the nth term. Okay, for that the nth term, the nth term of the nth term of the sequence, nth term of the sequence 1, 2, 3 and so on, means for the first term in this in the first term 1, from 2, from third term it is 3. For this sequence, what will be the nth term? Okay, in the nth term, what is the first term? First we have to find is given by 1 plus n minus 1 is equal into 1 is equal to, when we solve this one, what we get? 1 plus n minus 1 means it is what? N. I will underline this one. How to find this nth term? What is the formula I am using here? 1 plus n minus 1 into 1. What is the formula here? I think you all remember your 10th standard chapter, that is arithmetic series. To find nth term of the given series, what we use? A plus n minus 1 into d. See, this is arithmetic series. You all know what is arithmetic series. The main condition in arithmetic series is what? The common interval. They have a common interval. And d is what? That common interval, and n is the number of terms, and a is what? The first term. In this arithmetic series, the first term is what? 1, and the common difference is what? 1. So that I am taking 1 plus n minus 1 into 1, which means what? 1 plus n minus 1. After solving this one, we get what? N. Okay, I am using this result from the arithmetic progression. Okay, from arithmetic progression chapter, we know that to find nth term of the arithmetic series is we use the formula a plus n minus 1 into d. The same formula I used here to find the nth term of this sequence. Here they are given sequence. I am writing the first term of this sequence, that is 1 2 3. On seeing this, we conclude that this is the arithmetic progression. From arithmetic progression, we have to find what is the nth term here. What will be the nth term? To find the nth term, we have a formula, that is a plus n minus 1 into d, where a is the first term and n is number of terms. Here our number of terms remains same, that is n, and d is a common difference. Our common difference is 1 here, so that it is n. Okay, next we have to find the nth term for this the next term, next sequence, and that of the sequence, that of the sequence 2, 3, 4 and so on is given by, see, this is also arithmetic progression. The first term is, why it is arithmetic progression? It has a common interval, means common difference. So use this same result, a plus n minus 1 into d term, to find the nth term. Okay, therefore it is 2, 3, 4 and so on. First term is 2 and the common interval is again 1. It will be what? 2 plus n minus 1 into 1, a plus n minus 1 into d, which is equal to, when we solve this one, 2 plus n minus 1, it will be n plus 1. 1 plus n or n plus 1. Both are same. Here also I will underline this step just to remember you people. Okay, and sum to n terms of this series is denoted by an. I forgotten to write here. That is, this formula is what? an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay. Okay. Our nth term is what? n into n plus 1. Now I will write what is the nth term. Here I am writing nth term, not sum to n terms. Okay, so that I am denoting the nth term of this series as un. Okay, u is a term, we are writing nth term, so that it is un. un is equal to 1 divided by n into n plus 1. Okay, we know that to find the nature of the given series, we must have sum to n terms, means Sn we have. This is a n, this is nth term, not sum to n term. For that, means to get sum to n terms, this is Sn. Okay, this indicates what? Sum to first n terms. Okay, this is a term. As I said earlier, u is a term, and this is, since it's a nth term, I am taking this as a un. When I write like this, u1, u is a term, means this is the first term, u1, like this, u2 plus u3 plus so on to plus un minus 1, means before the nth term it will be un minus 1 and un. Okay, now to cross check, just substitute n as 1 here. What you will get? 1 divided by 1 into 2, and for second term 1 divided by 2 into 3. But before substituting these 1, 2, 3 values in n, just first you have to partial fraction, means apply partial fraction method to this term. What we will get? 1 by n minus 1 divided by n plus 1. Okay, for easier calculation to find Sn, just partial fraction this term, means if you put this same nth term, what you will get? Again the series will come 1 divided by 1 into 2, 1 divided by 1 into 2 into 3, 1 divided by 3 into 4 and so on to 1 divided by n into n plus 1. We can't get a sum to n terms, we want their sum. Okay, if we take the partial fraction, since we have a negative sign here, some of the terms will cancel, we will get a simpler Sn terms. To get that one, you have to partial fraction is used. I will write here by partial fraction method. You all know what is partial fraction method, how to get this term, so that I am written directly here. Now I will write the Sn term using this term after getting the partial fraction. We get u1. First substitute 1 wherever n is there, substitute 1. What we will get? We get 1 minus 1 by 2, means it is 1 by 1 is 1 minus 1 by 1 plus 1 is 2, plus substitute 2 wherever n is there, substitute 2, it will be what? 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3, plus similarly substitute n as a 3, it will be 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4, plus so on to plus 1 divided by n minus 1 minus, here substitute n as a n minus 1, it will be n minus 1 plus 1, plus 1 minus 1 get cancel, the remaining is only 1 by n. Okay, here you have to apply plus, I will write the last term here, substitute n as a n only, 1 by n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 is same, because this is a nth term, okay, which is equal to, now observe this sum to n term series. When we solve this series, what we get? See here 1 by 2 is in negative sign, and here it is in positive sign. Similarly 1 by 3 is in negative sign and 1 by 3 is in positive sign. Similarly when we go to further terms, 1 by 4 is also cancelled with the another term, means next term, and 1 by n minus 1 is cancelled with the earlier term. Then this 1 by n cancel with this 1 by n. We have the last terms are 1 is not cancelling here, and 1 divided by n plus 1 is also not cancelled with any other term, so that at last we have 1 plus, sorry, this is 1 minus, I will correct that one, 1 minus 1 by n, this is minus 1 minus 1 divided by n plus 1. Since they are cancelled with each other, this is also cancelled with the earlier term, and 1 by n cancel with this 1 by n, we get the Sn is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by n plus 1. Okay, now apply the limits to get the nature. Limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to limit n tends to infinity 1 minus 1 divided by n plus 1, which is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by infinity plus 1. We know that when we add anything to the infinity, again it will be a infinity, means 1 by infinity. I will write here infinity plus 1 is again an infinity, and 1 by infinity is 0. Therefore it is 1 minus 0. Therefore limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to 1. We know that 1 is what? Finite number. Which is a finite quantity. Quantity. 1 is a finite quantity. Thus, the given series is convergent, because If limit n tends to infinity, Sn tends to a finite quantity, then that series will be convergent. Therefore, our given series is convergent in this example. Next example, fourth example, series is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on to plus n plus and so on. Here nth term is given, that is n. See, this is not a geometric series. Okay, now here I have to write the Sn. Sn is what? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus and so on to plus. Sn indicate what? Sum to first n terms. N term is given, therefore it is n. We know that means we have a standard result for this series. Sum to first n terms of the natural number is given by Sn is equal to n into n plus 1 divided by 2. We know that sum of first n terms of this series is n into n plus 1 divided by 2. This is a standard result. You have solved this example in arithmetic progression chapter. Okay, in 10th standard only. I am taking direct here. Then apply limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to limit n tends to infinity n into n plus 1 divided by 2. When you apply infinity into infinity plus 1, we know that infinity plus anything is infinity. Infinity into infinity is again infinity. Infinity divided by something is also infinite. Therefore, this is infinite. Limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to infinity. The series is divergent. Thus, the series is divergent. The series is divergent. This is a well-known result. Okay, so that I am taking direct here. You have to remember this result. And here, this result is tends to infinity, means limit n tends to infinity, Sn is infinity. Therefore, the given series is divergent. Next, we have one remark here. It will not always be possible to find the nature of an infinite series as in the earlier examples. Means we are not able to find the nature of this series for all the examples using the above method here. We have to employ various tests which are established from the basic definition of convergence and divergence of an infinite series, so that we have some well-known established results to find the nature of the given series, which are established from basic definition of convergence and divergence of an infinite series. We will see those results in the next class.